Hello guys and welcome to World of Tanks Tactics number 4, and it looks like it's a fight between medium tanks and heavy tanks. We have two bad sets and A50M as the top tiers, and they have two IS-7s and E3. So this will be an interesting fight to see if we can use the mobility of the medium tanks to our advantage, and of course the autoloaders of the bad sets. And even our heavy tanks, the IS-8s, are quite fast. So this will be very interesting tactically, because they do have mostly slow tanks, TDs and heavies, and one E50. Of course they have 3 scouts, so scouts will play a big part in this, because there is 3 artilleries, so it will be up to them to do the most of the damage in our team at least, because we do have mostly medium tanks, which don't have the alpha damage as of the other tanks. As always, I go to the 1 and 2 lines, because well, that's where I like to go. And I absolutely love this E50M, mostly because of the gun. Just look at this shot, for example. Defenders 2, 500 meters, well, no, only 300 meters away, but still. This is the second match I have ever played in this tank, but the playstyle is very similar to the E50, so, and of course it's fully upgraded, like most of the tier 10 tanks are. So, well, it's basically just a continuation of the A50 for me. The A50 did a little bit stupid thing to ramming that WZ. I'm not blaming him, I would have done the same thing probably, but it's another good decision tactically, because he will get stuck there for some time. I just take opportunistic shots where I can, and Independence here is the said that he was going to go finish that IS-8. Unfortunately, there was an IS-7 too, and they both tracked him twice, and he used the repair kit the first time, so that's why he was staying still there. And then there's also E3 shooting at him, so, well, a little bit risky thing to do, but he got also a little bit unlucky. That was actually the first shot I missed with the E50M. I decided to go help the E50 and the Chaffee, but the E50 gets one shot up by GW type and Chaffee dies, so right now, okay, there's two IS-7s and an E3 in front of me. No thank you, I will go back. No point for me to take on all of their tier 10s, while there's two artilleries in the play also. So just back up now and get some cover. Right now, if you look at the situation on the map, most of our guys are in the forest or in the middle. All of the top tier tanks are on my flank, and I'm all alone. Well, there's Defeaters too, but he will be dead soon because he's suicide scouting for the artillery, basically. So, changing my playstyle a bit now, because before I was a bit aggressive and opportunistic. Now I need to be defensive and passive, just keeping these tanks busy on this flank. Just spot them for artillery, don't let them gap, and take some shots if I have the possibility. But my main concern is to preserve my HP, so I will stay alive as long as possible on this flank. And I can do that quite safely on top of this hill, because two of the artilleries are already dead. Okay, let's speed things up a little bit. There's a GW type, which I can easily shoot from even this distance. He will be dead soon, and I won't have anything to shoot at for quite a while. But after a while, that flank seems to be going very well. There's only a tortoise and the T30. Well, T30 is basically on the middle, but still, I'm thinking, okay, Jack Tiger, Bad Sat, and IS-8 should easily take care of those guys. Meanwhile, I get shot by an IS-7, so I back up. E3 is there, he shot, so I have time to shoot at him. Unfortunately, I just bounced. And well, it's quite clear that the IS-7s and the E3 are pushing, and they are in a platoon, so I'm pretty confident that all of their tanks are pushing on this flank now. For some reason, it happens to be the IS-7 with the lowest HP that comes for me first. Not a good decision from their platoon. It should be always the full HP ones that go for the other tanks first. And right now, you could argue that I should have tried to take that shot just to save my HP, even though I bounced him in the end, but that was mostly due to his poor aiming. But as you can see at the map, the IS-8s are now dead. There's an attack tiger on that flank. Still, T-30 and Tortoise are both alive. So we lost 3 tanks without them losing a single tank on that flank. That's why I decided to be more aggressive on this flank, and that's why I took the shot. Because I need to kill this IS-7 as fast as I can. For some reason I bounced that shot, and it was a little bit stupid mistake in my part. I just should have gone for the front axle like I did before. I could perfectly well do that with this gun. But I took a bad shot and got a little bit unlucky with the penetration roll and bounced him. Fortunately, we still have all of our, well, no, not all of our artillery, 2 of our artillery in the game, and they are good, both good players, so they helped me kill the IS-7. E3 shoots me. Artillery is aiming at him, so I decided to drag him instead. Artillery deals 800 damage, and the other artillery misses, sadly. But right now, Tortoise is dead again. So, and the E3 is in the open, and I know artillery is aiming at him. So I decided to just spot him and track him, because that's the best thing I can do for a team now. Not the best thing for my XP or the money, because I would get more money for doing damage to him. But if I track him, our artillery can take careful shots at him and deal a lot of damage to him. I don't know if you noticed, but his health had fallen to about 100, 200. I decided to help our attack tiger because I have a good opportunity to shoot the back of T-30 from here. And it would be nice to get rid of him, so I can completely concentrate on the 2 tanks in front of me. And right now I need to be careful, because E3 could possibly one-shot me. He has 850 average damage, and if he gets a good damage roll, he'll one-shot me. And actually that's the reason I switched to cold armor right now, because when he comes over that hill, I need to be sure that I kill him. And it is quite obvious that they are pushing quite hard on me now, so I just need to take the biggest threat away, and that's the E3 right now, because he has the lowest HP and the most alpha damage. So now it's only in IS-7 who got a good shot at me, by the way. Killed my driver and did 500 damage. I can't take any shots from him anymore. So I'm playing defensively again, because we do have the artillery advantage. I need to let the artillery work and keep safe myself, and actually speed things up a little bit. Nothing's happening now, expect artillery shooting him. Right here I bait him to take a risky shot and then miss myself. I am doing this on purpose, baiting him to shoot me where he can't penetrate me, and then try to keep him in place. As you can see, I'm aiming at the track just to keep him at the same spot. Right now I didn't have a shot anymore at the at the rear axle. If I went any more back, I wouldn't have enough contribution to shoot him, and from there was a mud grab of the E3 on the way. So I just tried to keep him spotted and side scrape at the E3. As you can see, he takes the shot at me again. And I try to shoot at his lower blade. Bad decision, too much angle, I will never penetrate him. But my main job is to keep him busy and spotted right now. I decide to go over the hill, so our artillery has a better chance to hit him. And actually, our artillery will hit him in a couple of seconds and kill him, and that's the game. I will do a quick recap about this because I will want to talk about the playstyles. Because based on the tactical situation, I changed my playstyle a bit to be more aggressive or be more passive, and well, try to win the game basically. In this recap, I want to talk about how you need to change your playstyle sometimes, depending on the tactical situation on the map. For example, at the beginning of a tier 10 match, especially when the enemy has a lot of artillery and high tier TDs, it's important to not rush ahead alone when you don't have enough information about where the enemies are, especially the TDs and the artillery, as the artillery shot, and who has line of sight on you, how much forces they have and where. So that's why I stayed back at the beginning, let the faster tanks, Batsats, the Dash-2s and those kind of tanks spot for me and me take the sniping shots, because the IFISTM is a really good sniper. This, however, doesn't mean you should stay back at A1 or something like that and just camp. You can be aggressive, but don't go blindly in a situation that you don't have no idea about where the enemies are, what enemies are where. So be a little bit conservative, especially when you can't take the hits like a heavy can or something like that. After a while, there was a chance that we could push up a little bit because we knew where the tanks were and how many there were and in which positions. But then we got unlucky, or 50 got one-shot by artillery and our scout died, so at that moment I realized I'm all alone on that flank against all of the top tier tanks. So nope, not a good idea. I need to go back, and my main objective came to keep them busy, stay alive, and keep distracting them and doing damage where I can. And well, that's what I did, and I just wanted for the other guys to push on the other flank and flank them where the top tier heavies that I was facing. Unfortunately, that didn't work out, and they died on the other flank. Well, most of them died, and well, then it was becoming a little bit hard for me because I needed to do something, but I can't really kill all of the tanks on my flank. There's just too many, and they had too much firepower against me. So I decided, okay, well, I actually do as much damage as I can, so at least I will get some EXP and some credits from the game, and I will try to focus on one tank at a time, so I get his gun out of the game. And this game quite easy when the lowest HP I7 came forward alone to kill me. That left only two tanks to take care of on my side. We still had artillery, so I kept them just spotted and tried to rack them. This was basically a, it wasn't an aggressive playstyle, it was passive playstyle, it was a little bit improvised scouting, I would say. And well, because you do have a tier 10 gun, you can maybe damage them or keep them interact, unlike a dedicated scout would. We had the artillery support, so I used that, and keeping them spotted for artillery and artillery doing a good job won us the game basically. And well, that's it. Let's see the battle results now. Well, that was a victory, and as you can see, this gun is quite amazing. Sharpshooter, must gun, and sniper. Also, ace tanker in the second battle on this tank. It's always nice to get the ace tanker that quickly. Although there was somebody who reminded me that it only took him half of the time to get his on e5, but well, screw him and let's take a look at the team score. As you can see, our Arthur did very well. Matthias did 5k damage, while the Tidwell Tiger did 2k damage, and that basically won us the match. Good artillery support. And in detail report you can see it, well, again the gun is quite amazing. 21 shots and 19 hits, and most of them penetrated, with 3.6k damage done and 3.9k spotting damage, which was mostly due to artillery supporting me very nicely. And 5k profit done in a tier 10 game is always good. If you guys enjoyed this video, please subscribe and comment and like the video, and I hope that I will see you guys next time.